Hi guys, this is Nathan Scharf and I'm going to be doing the negative rebuttal for Mark and Melissa's debate. So Melissa is going to be on the affirmative and Mark was on the negative, and I'm going to be supporting the negative side. So the negative side is winning this debate because the affirmative fails to fully refute his counter plan. She says that he's proposing to keep the same cybersecurity that we already have, when he's really suggesting that we choose a different approach to our cybersecurity. So instead of choosing to switch from passive to active, he is saying that we should keep the passive approach, but add on another layer of protection such as Project Indigo or AI. It is also stated that the US has one of the worst cybersecurities in the world currently, without a proper source to back this information. She also goes on to state that the U.S. itself has not yet had a devastating cybersecurity breach, proving that our cybersecurity is not as weak as she makes it out to be. So overall, physical attacks are not a viable way to protect our cybersecurity. Switching from passive to active defense creates a target on our backs because we are the ones looking for the fight instead of just trying to protect ourselves from those who are looking to come at us. Again, like Mark states on the negative side, too much time and effort would be required to change the rules of engagement. He says that it would require lawmakers and politicians to do all this paperwork and have all these votes passed for it to even take effect, and who knows how long that could take. Also, training a whole new division of Marines is very expensive and would take a very long time on top of even changing the laws. So now you're looking at a massive amount of time, a massive amount of manpower, and a massive amount of money in order to switch from passive to active defense. The negative is stronger because the affirmative wants to protect personal commodities as well. This debate is about protecting critical infrastructure, and that is not what personal commodities are. The affirmative focuses on protecting these personal commodities, even though the debate is really supposed to be focusing on protecting critical infrastructure. Launching these attacks makes the attackers seem like the bad guys. So when we launch an attack as an active defense, we seem like we're the ones attacking when we are really doing that to protect ourselves. But in the eyes of the world and in the eyes of the person we are attacking, we seem like we're just going out of our way to attack them, which is not a good look for the US and is not a good look for someone who is trying to be in as few conflicts as possible. There's very much gray area in what constitutes a cyber attack, and so it would lead the US to attack possibly low priority targets or targets that were really not meant to attack the US in general. Raising the stakes when it comes to attacking other countries puts civilian lives in danger. So when we are going out looking for a fight, that makes other countries see us as a bully and someone who is just trying to prove that they are better. So they are much more likely to come back and attack us instead of us just laying low and protecting our civilians and protecting our homeland like we should. The negative also makes an undisputed point that a new form of warfare would be waged if we were to switch from active to passive defense, or from passive to active defense. Hostile nations would now be attacking our everyday lives instead of waging war on the battlefield. So now they're going to be attacking, our cyber assets and just everything about our nation. We are a very technologically advanced nation compared to other nations in the world, and looking for a fight and putting a target on our backs is just not a good way of protecting our civilians. Other countries would look to harm the everyday lives of our civilians and everyday lives of everyone on U.S. soil in general. Just they could, take down our power grids, like he said in the earlier video, and that would just create chaos for our whole country. Putting civilian lives at risk is a major reason why we should not switch to active defense. In the long run, it is essential that we keep civilians out of harm's way because that is the main focus of our government. We aim to keep a free and safe homeland, and switching to active defense would just put all of that in jeopardy. Just overall, looking for a fight does not lead to greater security and peace. It ends up actually creating less peace and more fighting, and even in turn less security, because we are pushing out assets in order to fight these battles when really we can hold on to those assets and keep them for when we need to protect ourselves. So say we go and look for a fight and we're spending millions of dollars on, workforce. You've got anything that it costs to defend or to use that attack. So if you're doing physical, you've got to pay all your soldiers and everything like that. And if it's not physical, if it's cyber, you have to pay everyone that's doing the hacking. You have to pay for all the computers and everything that they're going to need for that. All that counter hacking, I mean. And that'll do it. Thank you.